So let's begin this discussion. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Entab CampusCare EdTalks, Student Special Edition. Today, we have some great young minds from the schools all over the country to share their viewpoints and experiences with us. So, before moving forward, let me introduce you to Entab. With an experience of 21 years, Entab has been associated with over 1,500 schools spread across India, evolving them to become new age digital campuses by providing them mature and futuristic ERP, CRM, and mobile apps. In today's session, we'll discuss that should students be given school chores? We'll understand that how can doing chores and taking care of a place makes the person more attached to it and instilled the feelings of belongingness. We'll also learn that doing chores make a person ready for his or her upcoming life and prepares him to survive in any situation. So to discuss the same, we have very lovely participants with us. So one by one, just kids, introduce yourself. So first of all, we have Greeshma.
Hello guys, my name is Greeshma L from SGR Kengri Public School. So today, this is for the motion where I would be talking. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Grishma. Next up, we have Mishthi.
Hello everyone, my name is Mishthi Kumar from the Aaryans, Uttar Pradesh.
Thank you, Mishthi. Next up, we have Shruti.
Good afternoon and namaste to everyone. My name is Shruti Jaiswal, studying in standard 12 from Gujarat, Vapi Public School, and I'll be speaking for the motion. Thank you.
I suppose it's not a debate like for or against, like it's a discussion. So you can speak like whatever you feel. Okay. So next up, we have Prisha.
Hello everyone, namaste. My name is Prisha Thacker. I'm from Queen Mary School, Mumbai, Maharashtra, and I will be discussing the topic should schools give chores to students. Thank you.
Thank you, Prisha. Next up, we have the last but not the least, we have Adarsh.
Hey, hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Adarsh Abhilash. I'm from the Auxilium school, Kottiyam, Kollam in Kerala. And I will be talking about whether students should be given chores at school or not. And obviously, I am in favor of this whole setup.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adarsh. Okay. So, like before starting, I would just like to remind to all of you to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. Also, we are coming up with some regular vlogs where you'll have all the insights from the corporate world. So, do subscribe the same. And yes, the most important thing. So, also, the most, I would just inform this to all the participants that the most active participant in the discussion, according to the audience votes in the comment section, will win some exciting prizes. So make sure that your family, school, friends give you a shout out in the live chat and after the live chat also. Okay, kids. So let's begin this discussion. So Adarsh, this question is for you. Like the pandemic has surely taught us to take complete responsibility for our house and household chores. So, how was your experience of taking care of your house?
Okay, well, before this whole lockdown happened, and well, we've been stuck in the lockdown for about a year or so, right? So,
Yes.
Before 2020, I was a very lazy kid. I did not care at all about what happened in the house or whether I should take care of it. I mean, house was just four walls. It was just a shelter for me. It didn't matter much. I just lived there. That's all. But then the virus happened. We're all stuck at home for a year now. And a few months into the lockdown, my mom and my dad, they decided to split up the duties of the house for us. And I got assigned a few duties myself too. In the beginning, it was kind of hard because I wasn't used to this at all. And I absolutely loathed doing these duties. They were just cumbersome, to be honest. But slowly, as time passed, I began to realize the importance of taking care of my own house. I mean, when you are the one who is doing something for the house, I mean, the house is neat and tidy because you're cleaning it. Your bed is arranged and proper because you took the time to do it. I mean, all of this is done by me, so I have a sense of attachment to it, because um, it's not just a house anymore. It's home to me because I have done something, and it's partly because of my efforts that it is beautiful and it is the way it is. So, well, overall, I'd say the experience has been really good. And well, actually, this has become a kind of habit for me too, because nowadays, after a meal, if my mom just takes my plate and says, "I'll wash it for you," I mean, like, no, you're not washing it for me. I know how to wash my own plate. I can wash my own plate, and I've been doing it for so long now. Why do you want me to change that?
Yes, Adarsh. So I can relate to you, like sharing, sharing my personal experience. So yes, during the lockdown, so in my house also, my mother distributed the household chores, the duties, and yes, I was also supposed to wash the food dishes, then the cleaning of the clothes, and all that. Okay. So moving on. So Prisha, so what is your experience on this?
Before lockdown, I was also very lethargic. I would barely do any household chores. I would just study, sleep, eat, repeat. It was very stressful. But during lockdown, I got to do many productive things, cleaning and cooking included.
Yes.
House help was not allowed to enter a society. So it was my
Yes.
sister who took charge to clean the house. And she disciplined me. She straightened me up and she instructed me that go and clean, get up, just go and clean the cupboard and
Yes.
fix up the
Uh,
hall.
yes, Prisha. So
So
just sorry to barge in. I just like to share that हाँ कि like I'm also having a sister. So हमने क्या किया था? We just divided the duties. Like half duty she will do and half I'll do.
So yes, it's pretty much the same for me. I was also told to do many tasks like dusting, cleaning, mopping.
Yes.
And before I was not very attached to my house. I was not very bothered. I was not bothered, and my environment around me was very messy. But during lockdown, we did regular cleaning sessions. And after doing those cleaning sessions, I realized my duty towards my house, that is to maintain it, to keep it clean, because it is my home.
Yes.
And that is something I would not have realized because of my daily bustling life. And after cleaning, I felt very accomplished. I feel very competent. Like the house is pretty because of me. I did something.
Like that sukoon wali cheez na matlab.
Yes, yes. I felt very happy. It was a very gratifying feeling. And yes, the overall my experience was awesome. And I hope to continue these cleaning habits even after lockdown.
Yes.
Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you, Prisha. Okay, so before moving on, so I would just request our lovely audience to just give the scores to these students. Okay, because based on your scores, based on your comments, we'll choose a lucky winner. Okay, so please score these students. So moving forward, next we have Shruti.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, Shruti, go ahead.
My experience was quite overwhelming because, honestly speaking, I was not used to doing all this work. For
Okay.
me, house chores involved filling bottles, watering plants, just that. After I was made to work, I realized that house chores is more than that. I was so
Yes.
used to treating my home as a hotel that I forgot the most important attribute. My mom actually came and scolded me. She reminded me that when you are using a space, it is your duty and responsibility to leave it clean, organized, and contribute something. The realization finally struck me, and I took the initiative of helping her. I also realized that cleaning can also be a huge stress buster. It can help us relieve us of our stress and make us realize that the small things that we do can give a big impact on our lives. It made me more self-conscious, more aware of what I was doing wrong. And yes, house chores are a life skill, and any skill requires practice and training consistently. So yeah, I'm getting better at it.
Great,
I'm thankful
Shruti.
for the
Great.
experience.
So coming on, Mishti.
This COVID-19 outbreak has had visible impact on us, and my experience of COVID-19 has been quite, overwhelming. And the household chores, I've been told to do a lot of chores, and getting trapped in four walls, even though it's a home, it's been quite a frustrating event because we are all used to going out of a house, so we were all frustrated one way or another. And doing chores, this is something that we are not used to. I'm not used to, honestly. So it was quite disturbing as well for me, but it's now I'm getting used to do this. I must say that after gaining more than a year of experience, if I ever step out of my hometown now and live by myself, I don't have to survive solely on ready to make noodles. A lot of people just like me who thought doing household work wasn't their thing, wasn't their cup of tea, are now compelled to become more responsible, mature, and self-reliant.
Okay, great. So I would just I would just like to remind the audience, like the people who are watching us. So आप इन सब बच्चों को scores दीजिए, ठीक है, out of 10. So based on your scores, we'll decide the lucky winner. Okay, so guys, keep commenting over the chat session. So moving on, Greeshma. So what is your take on this?
So this COVID-19 pandemic has really put us into great difficulty, actually. But during this lockdown, it was quite pretty much exciting, actually. Initially, I felt it was boring, and I'm quite lethargic and cozy, actually. I don't used to do much house chores and all. So I just included like working on my extracurricular activities like music, dance, and all. So then I felt like, yeah, this lockdown was quite pretty much well for me. It was like it was so much fun for me because after that online classes started and we were like into the classes every time and solving the assignments and problems. So then it was like a normal, like a usual schools where we go. But before that, it was very much fun, and the experience was like I don't used to do this house chores, but my mother, I used to do assisting work, like in cooking and all.
Like
Slowly, I started
vegetables and all that, right?
assisting
your mother,
work.
washing the vegetables, then
No.
cutting.
Like just very very small assisting work. So I used to do like that, and slowly I started learning cooking, but not much, like little bit. So like that, it was fun. Not much interesting, but it was well. It went well.
Something different for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, I can talking about the live chat. So I can see lots of comments for Prisha. So like all the best, Prisha. Then we have let's go. Like lots and lots of comments are there for Prisha. So guys, अपने friends को बोलो आपके लिए भी comments करें, ठीक है? So moving on, do you think that doing chores and taking care of the house makes you more attached to your own house and raises a feeling of responsibility towards it? So, Adarsh, what do you want to say on this?
From my experience, this is 100% true.
Okay.
Because like I said before about the shelter turning into something personal, when you're not doing anything for the maintenance or the upkeep of your house, it doesn't matter much to you because you believe that you can mess up all you want. There's going to be somebody else to clean that up for you. That's how a lot of kids are, me included in the past. So ever since I started doing this, I get mad when somebody else messes up the house because I clean it well.
Yes.
And that has actually taught me the importance of keeping the house clean because, when our parents would just like scream at us, like saying, stop doing that. You're making the house dirty. We just kind of ignore it or say, but mom, we want to play.
And now we can relate to that, na, ki when mom used to scream like, your house is so messy, your room is so messy, arrange the clothes, arrange that. And now we can relate to that. Why she was so angry with us.
Yes, and moreover, the responsibility that comes from doing something, it also comes with another feeling that is of pride and self-esteem because you actually did something right. Yeah, you arranged your bedroom. Good. You arranged your house. It's something you did, isn't it? You have a self-esteem and the responsibility, the feeling of responsibility that comes along with it, which I think also plays an important role in how you behave as an adult when you step out into the world and, live on your own.
Okay, great, Adarsh. So, Prisha, the audience wants to know doing and learning to do household chores are a part of learning life skills. So, do you agree that school should focus on teaching these life skills like cleaning and cooking?
Yes, 100% I do, which is one of the many reasons why I have selected the subject home science or home
Okay.
economics, which focuses on many of these life skills, cleaning and cooking included. And it teaches us how to apply these skills in our life, in our day to day life. And the ability to apply these skills in our lives is like an added feather in your cap. So yes, I do believe that schools should teach us such skills, because in the long run in life, it's definitely going to help us, especially if you are aspiring to live alone,
Alone.
independently abroad. So yes, 100% I agree.
Okay, great, great, great. So, taking the responsibility of doing chores and the place creates a feeling of belonging and gratitude towards it. So, Shruti, do you think that the same will happen if the students are given school chores also?
Yes, definitely. For me, a feeling of attachment or belonging can take me two places. We are either familiar with the place or we belong to the place. When we are familiar with the place, we are only used to taking, but belonging comes when we are also used to giving in our care and concern towards the area. Yes, I've heard many people referring to their alma maters with pride. This happens when they have put some contribution to their work. For example, brought in some trophy or given or gotten some certificate. I have some personal experience regarding this matter. I remember in seventh standard we were all asked to go and help our librarian in setting up the books in library. And I remember actually studying the thing off, but then we were compelled to do it. After doing it, I felt so great. And even now, when I pass by the library, I remember the times, the nostalgia, the memory comes to me how I was so tired and I still kept on stacking the books in order. So, yeah, a feeling of belonging definitely comes when we put in our efforts. It also helps us in realizing the efforts that other puts in, the hard work that the helpers used to put. So yeah, it makes us more appreciative of what we have.
Okay, great. So, Mishthi, in your opinion, how can allocating chores to children can improve their planning and time management skills?
Since chore doesn't necessarily mean cooking or cleaning, but chores are actually a job that is not interesting, but you must do. It can help us improve your time management skills by making a schedule. If we start our day by writing down a list of chores, like a to-do list, it can help us improve our planning skills a lot. If we every day we achieve our little goals set by us in sufficient time, it can help us in time management skills a lot. Kids who do shows are very responsible and mature, self-reliant. Due to these, they develop sense of gratitude. They are full of kindness and mindfulness, and they are a lot of disciplined as well.
Okay, so yes, Mishti, अगर हमें household chores, if we are given some household chores, like ठीक है, so क्या होगा कि जैसे हमारे पास बहुत सारे काम है, तो accordingly we'll plan कि हमें पहला कौन सा काम करना है, second कौन सा करना है, third कौन सा करना है. तो इससे obviously this will enhance the self management skills, then yes, time management skills also. So moving
And the
on.
list can also make us remember what work we do, because we forget sometimes that we have to do this, and it makes a lot of it better for us.
Yes, so that's the proper planning. Okay. So, Grishma, according to you, how chores can be used to develop a helping and empathetic nature in children from a very young age?
So yeah, this chores like school chores, this practice also boosts teamwork as students collaborate to get the work done and helping each other throughout. So this builds a mindset of being mindful about others and empathizing more, like a primary need of world today. And they understand the problem of society by a single individual, like taking responsibility at a very young age, like developing leadership or management skills, time management skills,
Yes.
and like to our age appropriates. So this will surely and obviously like can contribute to the skills to manage in future. So I would like to tell this, yes, this I agree for your statement.
Okay. Thank you, Grishma. So, next we have like today, children have to travel and apparently stay alone either for studies or work. So, how do you think that teaching chores like life skills and giving responsibility to children can help them preparing for the future? So, Adarsh, what is your take on this?
Well, basically speaking, at some point of life or another, we will have to move out from under the wings of our parents. We have to live alone. Doesn't matter whether it's for work or studies. So if you just go into such a situation without any sort of preparedness, or for example, I have a lazy kid, and my child is lazy, and he grows up, and at some point or the other, he has to move out, right? So he moves out. He doesn't stay with us anymore, and he goes into his own house. And one day I decide to visit, and I figure out that his house is a complete mess. I can smell the stench from like what 10 meters away. Just one look inside the house, and I know he hasn't cleaned that thing in like months. And when we come to something more specific like cooking, I mean, it's not like you're going to be eating from a restaurant nearby for every day of the year, right? So you have to learn these. These are basic life skills every human being needs to survive, regardless of how rich you are, how poor you are, or your gender for that matter.
Absolutely right. So yes, these are the basic like life skills which we all need to learn in order to survive. Okay. So before moving on, I would just remind to all the viewers who are watching us to just comment over the live chat session to make the kids win. Like जिसको भी तुम्हें जिताना है favorite किसी जो है वहां पे जाके comments करो guys. ठीक है. So next up we have Prisha.
Yes.
Yes.
Should I answer that question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so when we are doing chores, we are learning obviously planning, time management, organizational skills. We are thinking which chore to do first, in what order. So, scheduling, as someone mentioned. And as I quote Marty Rossman, the best indicator of a young adult's success is whether or not they have done chores during their childhood. And I absolutely agree with that. Research shows that doing chores will make a student learn how to handle frustration, and this will defy the urge to procrastinate. So many of these are life skills that are necessary for us to apply, especially if you are going to live alone abroad, or move out of our parents houses. So we definitely need to know these skills, and it is very important to learn how to apply it. And we should learn this and try to apply it in our day-to-day lives, practice it. Even preparing your bed can go far way in improving and shaping your personality and making you an independent person.
Okay, thanks, Prisha. So, lastly, our audience wants to know, like, that if given a personal choice to you all, will you opt to do the school chores? So, Shruti, over to you.
Yes, definitely. I am a firm believer of the quote, we won't become responsible until and unless we are given the responsibility.
Okay.
And actually, I'm privileged enough to be in a school where we are made to do school chores. We are asked to fold and like spread our yoga mats by ourselves. We are asked to take our self serves. We have special socially useful, productive sessions where we are taught cooking, cleaning, grooming, and whatnot. We also have needle classes where we learn to stitch, and everybody learns. Because usually what we have observed is that there are certain gender roles, stereotypes assigned to certain work, but we have been working towards it silently. So yeah, it feels great when everybody is doing the same work. We used to fight over who is doing which part of the work, which part of the classroom is to be cleaned by me, and what will you be doing. So definitely I will opt, and I am doing it right now. So yeah, I mean, when the school was open,
Okay,
right
you
now
used to
schools are all
have
closed.
these things in your school.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So, moving on, Mishti.
I definitely would. If school give me responsibilities for chores, I will, because schools are said to be students' second home. So if I'm given choice, I would take responsibility for school chores. I think it would help me in one way or another to be more responsible and mature and self-reliant. A lot of schools in India have already started giving school chores to students, and in another country as well, and they had all had commendable results. So I think I would definitely take up the opportunity.
But I suppose, what about the parents? Like, won't the parents object? Like, if the school is giving the school chores to the students, like cleaning the windows or watering the plants, like that. So, won't the parents object that, like, we are sending the kids to study and we are making them do these things? So,
I think
yes,
some parents would, but if they realize that it's important for children to know how to do stuff, if they wanna move out of the house, if they have to, if they wanna become someone successful. So I think parents, it would take time for parents to realize what importance it is for doing chores, but I think parents would, because they all want to be their children to be successful and mature and self-reliant.
okay. So what I feel is ki it will take time for the parents to adapt these things, but if we literate the parents, educate the parents about it, so I suppose definitely they'll just go for it. So okay, so Grishma, so yes, the same question for you. Like, if you are if given a personal choice to you, will you opt to do the school chores?
Yeah, surely I would opt to do school chores because you asked a
Uh,
question because how does the parents feel like that we are sending to read and they're doing the
right.
school chores? Because we have to be responsible. This is our space, our school. We have to feel that this is our environment and we have to be responsible for that. So even they'll feel proud that our child is becoming more responsible. We are not now in house because the parents do everything and we sit simply like a cozy people. But while in school, we can take responsibility for more things, like not doing much of the work. There's just small jobs which we can do because we are teenagers. We can't be considered into the kids group anymore. We have to do all these kinds of work. So we have to do it like start right now. So it's inappropriate to start it and take the responsibility. So
Uh,
yes, I would like to do school chores.
okay, great. So Prisha, like, what is your take on this?
I 100% would opt for this. I would like to share personal experience, not an experience, but something that I read when I was
Mhm.
small. I had read an article about in Japan and China and all the East Asian countries, they follow this. The schools, after the school hours for 15 minutes, a group of students turn by turn, they
They
clean
do.
the
Yes,
school.
they do.
Yes, and I have read that it is so strict that even if you drop a grain of food, you have to immediately pick it up and clean it, otherwise you'll be penalized. And the schools are so pretty, they are so clean. And what I was amazed by was the willingness of the
To
students to
do this.
actually clean the school,
Right, right.
because their efforts are visible in the pictures. The school looks very neat and clean, and not a speck of dust could be seen. If
Yes.
I'm not exaggerating, I've actually observed this. So I was amazed, and I was thinking that if this was applied in India and many schools as well, it may be happening. But if it was applied in all of the schools, at first students would be put off. They would be like, why should I do cleaning? It's not our house. Why should we do it? But slowly they will get attached to the school. They will develop tight knit bonds with each other while cleaning.
Hmm.
And when they are entering the society, they will enter as responsible adults who have the sense of public hygiene. They will know how to maintain public hygiene in some way or the other. They will be careful not to litter around. So I definitely agree that students should be given school chores with their consent, and school and students should also be willing to do so. So they could first initially start off by 15 minutes per day, and then they could increase it and then adjust according to their timetable, and it would greatly benefit both the students as well as the school.
Cool.
As for the parents, yes, they would take some time to accept this, but if
Yes.
a student is very determined to do something
But
for their
parents
school,
will take time, but if the student
yeah,
is willing to do na, so they can
yes,
like वो
convince,
अपने हाँ convince their parents that we want to do this. So उनको
yes.
समझाएंगे properly. वही basically parents को क्या है कि उनको properly अगर समझाया जाए कि क्यों हो रहा है कैसे हो रहा है तो definitely they will go for it.
100% they will change their minds, and then slowly this system would seep into India as well as it did in China, Korea, and Japan. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next up, Adarsh, what you want to say on this?
Well, given the choice, I would definitely opt to school chores because, um, regardless of, you know, whether you are a rich child or a poor child, the you live in a country, and to take care of that country as it is your responsibility. So if we start to teach these children to take care of their surroundings from the school level, they absolutely and positively will grow up to be responsible adults. And you said something about the parents not liking the setup, right? So we must get rid of the mindset that certain tasks in society are meant for a certain group, or that some tasks are not, they're considered to be mean jobs. We must get rid of such notions because they do not apply in a utopian world, I have to say.
Right.
So we must educate our parents as well and tell them that this is for the greater good, and that taking care of your school doesn't make you any less of a human or any less of an educated human than everybody else is. And I think if we implement this nationwide, then the dream of a completely clean India is not far away.
Right, absolutely right, Adarsh. So, okay, so for the audience, so just keep commenting over the live chat and अपने जिसको जिताना जिताओ फेवरेट को ठीक है and yes as I mentioned about the winner, so the lucky winner, the lucky one will be announced on Saturday, which is 26th of June at 6 p.m. in Entab presents Rhythm in Beats, a musical evening. Okay, so over this event, the lucky winner for this EdTalks student edition would be announced there. Okay, so make sure that you are there to know who wins. Okay, kids?
Yes.
Yes.
And then tell your friends because अभी 2 दिन है ठीक है अनाउंस करने के लिए. तब तक tell your friends, family, everyone. आपके लिए कमेंट्स करें चैट लाइव चैट सेशन पे लाइक चैट सेशन पे कमेंट करें, चैट बॉक्स पे कमेंट्स करें आप सबके लिए ठीक है. Okay. So yes, so it was a great interacting with you with all the kids, with Greeshma, Mishthi, Shruti, Prisha, Adarsh. It was great interacting with all of you. So thank you all the lovely kids for being with us.
Thank you for
Thank
moderating
you.
us.
Thank you so much, Prisha. Thank you. And yes, to all the lovely audience who are viewers who are watching us, if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe it. Hit on that bell icon for the updates. And yes, keep commenting over the chat box and make your favorite win this. Okay. So till then, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay away from Corona. Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye everyone. Take care.
Bye.
And do comment over the chat box.